Well, this is almost unheard of. Hey, everybody, 7:31 a.m. Tuesday, March 24th. It's a Tuesday. That means we're live on TikTok. If you are watching this later in the day or on a different platform, it's the recording. Hope you can join us live sometime. So, what's up? What's happening? What's new in the world? I do. Good morning, Annie in Westchester. What's up in Westchester? Hope you're doing well. I start each morning by recording a quick video in my car using a really ridiculous voice that lands somewhere between Jay Peterman from Seinfeld, Captain James T. Kirk as portrayed by William Shatner, and someone trying to do a really odd British accent. Anyway, I usually just something hits me to talk about, and nothing hit me today. Do you hear, Getsy, do you hear in Lawrenceburg? Getsy, do you hear? Nothing hit me today. That's weird, you know? Am I in movies? I've been in one movie. Technically, I've been in two movies. I've been in one movie that you could pretty easily click on and watch if you chose to do so. But it's a blink and you'll miss it, Lexi Alexandria. So it's called Point Blank. It's got Anthony Mackie. It is on Hello Vanessa, Netflix. I play reporter. It was a stretch. It took all of my theatrical, my thespian capabilities, but I did it. The only other movie that I've been in was a horror movie that was shot on a shoestring budget called The Factory. That one's out there somewhere, and you can probably find it, and would be able to tell pretty quickly that it was a labor of love by those who were putting it together, and I was invited to come out and take on a role in that. True story. I had to learn how to smoke a cigarette. I had never smoked a cigarette before. So of all the things that I do in the film where I don't look or sound very natural doing them, smoking a cigarette is probably at the top of the list. So there is that. I watch you every day. You and Jen are my absolute favorites. Vanessa, that is so sweet. I don't know if you're talking in particular about the 8 o'clock hour of the morning show, which, as we do this live, starts in like 25 minutes. But we do that on Star 64. It's a much looser and more sort of community-oriented hour of the morning show. Feels much more like a podcast environment in Studio B than what you might normally see in a newscast, and we sure do have fun. Getsy, I appreciate you. Saying that. I hope that people find some uplift and some happy when they're watching me in this environment, because that is the point of it. That is the entire point of it. Well, Ginger Plum, aren't you sweet? King Pumpkin. I went from Ginger Plum to King Pumpkin. That's unbelievable. Terry, hello. Don't you shower when you need to shower. Don't you be showering according to my clock. Dee Dee's 152 in Florida. A little bit of Cincy here for you. What's up, Tammy in Texas? What's up? Good morning. Bay Yang 1013. We're rolling. You had me at my rouge was broken. Way back in wait, user 115-192-806-941. Where is it? This is my wait, I'm still here. Don't go anywhere. This is that bronzer. The special collector's box that I keep it in, which is actually built for a baseball and not for a bronzer thing. This is it. This is literally the thing that fell and exploded on the ground that I think you're referencing from the Wake Up and Make Up way back in the day, for those who recall. That's very funny. Jesse in Sweden, hello. I don't know if I've had anybody check in from Sweden before. Hi, Maddie. Good morning. It's exciting. Sweden. All right. What's up, Sweden? Am I not at the station today? I am at the station. I saw that just fly by. There you go, Brandon. I am at the station. I am in my office. Believe it or not, this is my office. I know. It looks like an adolescent's bedroom in like late 80s, early 90s. Or maybe a little later than that. I guess Anchorman came out a bit later than that. Anyway, who was my favorite person to work with there? Are you kidding? I can't be all like that. I'm very fortunate. I work with a lot of great people. So I am very fortunate in that sense. Tara says, I love when people don't lose their whimsy as they age. I enjoy whimsy. I'm a big whimsy guy, right? Whimsy is sort of my thing. I enjoy whimsy in others. I enjoy whimsy in my surroundings. I like to think of my little office here as a bit whimsical. So yes to that. Yes to that. All right, we're going to start putting stuff on the face because here I've gone on about actually being here on time. Yet I haven't actually started the process. Been a while. Are you still doing plays? Absolutely. In the fall, this past fall, I was fortunate to be a member of the cast that opened the renovated, reimagined Emory Theater, $50 million renovation they put into that place. Gorgeous. Wizard of Oz kicked off the season, and I was their Cowardly Lion. It was great. So just did the one show this year. In fact, the Children's Theater of Cincinnati is getting ready to finish up their season. They are doing How to Train Your Dragon, the musical. And I'm telling you, look up on Instagram specifically, Frisch Marionettes, because my buddy Kevin, he's making all of the dragons, and mind-blowing, incredible stuff. I can't wait to see the show. I'm not in the show, but a lot of my friends are, and wow, good stuff. They've got a great Terry, you made a space person on my screen. God bless you. They have an amazing season coming up next year in the fall. They're going to do Mary Poppins, Grinch for Christmas, Peter Pan in February, and then they wind up like a year from now, so the end of next theater season, the 26-27 season, they will finish with 101 Dalmatians, the musical. So, yeah. Well, I'm from Philly, and I wish you were here. I will tell you, my oldest lived in Philly for several years and loves it. Absolutely adores Philadelphia in that area. So that's very sweet of you to say, because we spent a pretty goodly amount of time there when we would go and visit with her and her husband. Do I have the Twitter? I do. I do have the Twitters. I don't use it quite as much as I use other platforms, but I do. I do. Almost just went to my lion voice. I do. Anyway, somebody was saying they hadn't realized I do theater stuff. It is, it's my favorite. There is nothing like that connection and interaction with a live audience, which might be one of the reasons I like doing these live so much. Different, obviously, but there's something to that, especially when it's positive and sort of back and forth. And yeah, I do, Vanessa. I do my own studio makeup, as we all do at this point. When I first started a billion years ago, in the evenings, not for we, the morning folk, but back in the day, the folks in the evening did have a professional makeup artist who would come in and prep them to get under the big studio lights. In the mornings, since I've been here, anyway, we've never had a makeup person, and I had to be instructed. Thank you on exactly what to do. So I got some tips over the years. Say it, children. From lots of folks. And it's funny because the lighting in the studio has changed so much over the years too, and that sort of has effect. But the biggest two things that I have been tasked with doing before getting under the studio lights, because a lot of people will ask, "Morning, Julie, why do you even have to wear makeup at all?" It's just, I always tell people, it's just kind of part of the uniform if this is your gig and you work under studio lights. The things that I am trying to avoid is looking deathly pale. The viewers don't love that. And sweaty. And as I am regularly both pale and sweaty, it's a real conundrum. But through diligence, time, practice, we find a way. So that's stuff I put on first, right? That's my concealer under the eyes because we work really early. Larry, good morning. That is another thing I guess I try to avoid, is looking like I only slept for like 4 hours, which is tough to do. And then we take the foundation there for those keeping track, and we sort of go one sort of solid looking hue, not Huey, but hue. And then I'll take the bronzer. What's up, Nashville? Hi, Tammy. I don't know why I yelled, Tammy. My voice got louder there. I don't know why. Russell, yeah, I've always, it's funny because you're not the first person to say that about the white shirt, and I shouldn't even comment on it because inevitably I will drop something on myself, but that's not wood. That's wicker. Anyway, I've always been pretty fortunate with that. Feel you on the pale front. It's so much more pronounced when you're in the studio and under those kinds of lights, which is how and why we're here. Now you're saying to yourself, Bob, what are those dots for? What's happening there? Power dots. They help me stay in tune to my place in the cosmos. I used to only put 2 up here, and they actually started because I got sort of like sunspots on my skin one year. But now I also put 2 down here. I don't know why. They're not as big up here anymore, but I've added 2 down here. There's something to that. There's a deeper meaning, I'm sure. I don't know what it is. Key is don't overthink it. I have many brushes. This one's really gross. This one's not quite as gross. This is the most recent purchase, and so it's the least gross. Catter Beaver! Yay! It's still a conversation starter in Washington. Oh, that's unbelievable. So that is a deeper conversation for folks who don't know that one. So we used to go live, Jen Dalton and I, in this very room, even before I had sort of attained squatters' rights and made it my office. We would come up here, eat Taco Bell far too early in the day, and just sort of jump on like I am now and just sort of talk to folks. And Jen regaled us one day with the story of what happened when she and I were driving, I believe, to the Taco Bell. And she was trying to make me aware that some sort of creature was about ready to dart across the street in front of our vehicle's path, but she was somehow unable to discern whether it was a cat or a beaver. And so she simply yelled, "Catter Beaver! Catter Beaver!" And so we decided that that was just some sort of mythical beast, the Catter Beaver. And the legend grew from there. Like a centaur. But not a centaur. Or a liger. Yeah? Just so you all have a feel of what that is. Did you, Gabby, just go iCarly and the mystery of the Beeve Coon? Amazing. Amazing. Seriously. I know as we have found out more about that production that there were some things behind the scenes that were not okay. There were moments on that show during its first run and before we knew any of those things that were, in terms of those kinds of shows, right? Because I have 4 kids, so I've seen a lot of iterations of the young people are much smarter than the adults kinds of shows on Disney and Nickelodeon, and that was the one that always made me laugh the most for what that's worth. Somebody was asking me about color swatches or something. Stupid question. Do you do swatches to pick the best matching color for your support skin? Jamie, great question. Probably I should, but I don't even know. I'm to this age now where I hold. I'm just buff beige. I'm a buff beige for my foundation. The concealer that I use is just whatever's in here. I don't even know if it has to be a color because it's just to conceal. And then I just bring it all back with my bronzer. Elf. It's got a number on it that I can't see. There it is. I'm getting to the end. In the outer reaches. There, but so in a perfect world, if I had somebody who was professionally handling what happens to my face, I would probably have that. As I don't. And I just kind of stay. Now, like in the summer, if I've been out in the sun a lot on a particular day, I just simply won't do as much because I don't have to worry about the pale as much. So I'll hit the powder more than anything on those days. This is the powder that I use. It's a loose powder. It's a translucent 105. It's clean. It's invisible. And that's just to keep the shine down. So that's, Jamie, I wish I could answer that question more intelligently, but I don't know what I'm doing probably well enough to be able to answer it, you know? So there you have it. Folks, this has been a great session. I'm so glad I was able to jump on here live a little closer to 7:30 than to 8. Just gave us more time to chat, which was awesome. For those of you who have been hanging out today, tomorrow when I go live, we'll be on Instagram tomorrow. If you want to come hang out over there. I don't always, usernames don't always sort of transfer, I understand, from one format to the other. So if you're here today and I don't recognize you tomorrow, I apologize. But I still hope you'll jump in to the conversation because it's so fun. It's so fun. This was great. Thanks for hanging out. The AI summary says a makeup artist shares her studio routine for morning looks. Ask about her tips. That's how the AI is summarizing what I've done here today. So if there's any good news about that, I think we're safe from AI for a while. But how long? I don't know. Y'all, I got to get out. I got to go and get ready to get on television. But again, thank you. This has been super fun. And have a great day. I will see you on television in like 9 minutes. If you're in town, that's star 64. You can go to local12.com. You can go to the News On app. I think you can find us there. So there's lots of places. 8 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour will be fun as well. Love back to you, Maddie. Have a great day, everybody. Gotta go.